Please be seated. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Barber, Chair of the Board of Trustees at Northwest State Community College. On behalf of my fellow trustees, I welcome you to the 2024 spring commencement ceremony. Our thanks to Mrs. Lynette Will for serving as our Grand Marshal this afternoon. Lynette is full-time faculty at the Division of Nursing and Allied Health and a 2024 Distinguished Faculty Award recipient. Lynette has been at Northwest State for 6 years and a registered nurse for 35 years. Thank you, Lynette, for your dedicated service to Northwest State, the nursing program, and our community. I would now like to ask that all veterans and active members of our armed forces stand to be recognized. Thank you for your service. Will the audience now please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. I would now like to welcome to the forum the 8th President of Northwest State Community College, President Dr. Todd Hernandez.
Thank you, Chair Barber. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the members of the stage party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. First, let me recognize the Northwest State Community College Board of Trustees. Chair Sandra Barber, whom you just met, represents Fulton County. Also representing Fulton County is Vice Chair Katrina DeGroff. Representing Defiance County is Second Vice Chair 𝘕𝘰𝘮𝘵𝘗𝑚𝑒𝑐kie and John Breidenbaugh. Representing Henry County is Joel Miller and John Polson. Representing Paulding County is Lisa McClure. On behalf of Williams County is Jeffrey Erb, and representing Van Wert County is Scott Mall. Also in attendance today, we have the college administration. I ask that you please stand and be recognized. Next, I would like to recognize the heart and soul of this institution, the faculty and the staff. They provide transformational learning environments as well as care and support for our students. We would also like to thank Mr. Cole Plassman and Miss Rosie Stevens, who are serving as our junior marshals this afternoon. Let's do that. No one completes a college degree alone. For every graduate here today, there are supporting family and friends who help our students overcome incredible barriers to reach their educational goals. Graduates, I offer you this opportunity to rise and applaud the family members and friends who have helped you on your journey. You may be seated. To our graduates, on behalf of a very grateful Northwest State Community College, I commend you for your dedication and persistence that have led to this remarkable achievement. You balanced work, family, and other obligations in order to complete your education. To our community, Northwest State provides a safe place where our students' hopes and dreams lead to a better life. We know that the degrees and certificates earned today represent far more than an educational milestone. A Northwest State education helps our students reach their goals, which include family-sustaining wages. At Northwest State, we remain resolute in our mission to provide excellent yet accessible and affordable education that improves the lives of individuals and strengthens communities. Student by student, family by family, community by community, we will help Northwest Ohio maintain a high standard of life and remain a great place to live and work. At this time, I would like to take a moment to posthumously honor and remember a nursing student who we lost in April. Allison Long was a nursing student who was pursuing her Associate of Applied Science degree in nursing to become a registered nurse. Allison would have graduated in spring of 2025, and I would now like to take a moment of silence in her memory. Thank you. Next, the Northwest State Community College Commencement Committee, based upon the recommendation of the college faculty, is pleased to present the President's Outstanding Student Award for the spring graduates of the 2023-2024 academic year. Would Megan Hannigan come forward to the stage? Megan Hannigan has been a lifelong resident of Northwest Ohio. Life has thrown many challenges and surprises to Megan, leading her to become a non-traditional student. Megan's journey to Northwest State began when she found her motivation in seeing her daughter through her degree program. When Megan's greatest accomplishment, her daughter, received her degree, she knew it was her time. Megan is graduating with an Associate of Applied Business in Human Resource Management and is a member of Phi Theta Kappa and Kappa Beta Delta honor societies. Megan is fortunate to have had experience working in human resources already. She is excited about the additional knowledge she has gained throughout her Northwest State education and the value this degree adds to her resume and career. Megan's educational journey was not without trials or challenges. Throughout her educational experience, Megan has had to navigate through and manage daunting physical health challenges that intermittently interfered with her studies. However, she did not allow these challenges to stop her. It is a testament to Megan's perseverance, resilience, and strength of will to overcome such challenges, to not only complete her degree, but to do so with excellence and distinction. While managing ongoing health issues, Megan still has hope for her health and the future and is looking forward to life's next challenge. She is excited to get back to doing what she does best: payroll, managing employer and employee relationships, and keeping her employer on the right side of the law. That's important. It is with great pleasure that we present the President's Outstanding Student Award to Megan Hannigan. Please welcome Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, Cassie Rickenberg, who will provide us with a snapshot of the graduating class.
I would like to extend my congratulations to the graduates. Today, your friends and college community have gathered to celebrate your achievements with you. Who makes up the class of spring 2024? The class has 226 graduates. 88% of the graduating class lives in the six-county area of Defiance, Fulton, Henry, Paulding, Van Wert, and Williams County. The average age of the class is 27. Several graduates are members of honor societies. There are 18 graduates who are members of Pi Theta Kappa, 8 are members of Alpha Delta Nu, and 4 Kappa Beta Delta. The grade point average of the class is 3.33. This afternoon, a total of 231 awards, 192 associate degrees, and 39 certificates will be awarded to our 226 graduates. Degrees and certificates will be awarded to 38 graduates in arts and sciences, 66 graduates in business and public services, 53 graduates in nursing and allied health, and 69 graduates in STEM and industrial technologies. 14 of our graduates are graduating from Northwest State's College Credit Plus program, who will also be receiving their high school diploma later in the month. It is now my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Christy Barnd. 𝘕𝘰𝘮𝘵𝘩𝘸 is the Chief Executive Officer at the Henry County Hospital. 𝘕𝘰 received her Bachelor's of Arts in Economics and Management from Albion College and her Master of Business Administration with a healthcare concentration from Defiance College. She began working at Henry County Hospital in 2010, where she held several positions, including Chief Operating Officer, Risk Manager, Compliance Officer, Safety Officer, and Manager of Quality Improvement. During that time, 𝘕𝘰 co-chaired the Ohio Hospital Association's Northwest Ohio Quality Collaborative and served as the state examiner for the Partnership for Excellence and Ohio's Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award Program. 𝘕𝘰 is board certified in healthcare management as a fellow in the American College of Healthcare Executives, as well as being certified in healthcare compliance by the Compliance Certification Board. 𝘕𝘰 is passionate about serving the community. Currently, she sits on the boards of the United Way of Henry County and the Henry County Community Improvement Corporation. In addition, she is an active member of the Napoleon Rotary Club, Napoleon Lions Club, and the Hospital Health Partners. Please help me welcome 𝘕𝘰𝘮𝘵𝘸𝘸 to the stage.
Okay, I would like to start by saying that when I was asked to do this, I walked out of my office and I told the ladies that work in my office what I was just asked to do. And they said, "Wow," followed by a pause, and then said, "Well, let's make sure you write it down and don't go off script," which I thought might be the typical response from people that I work with, worried that I might pontificate a little too much or maybe even say something just a little off color. But then I went and I told my mom that I had been asked to do this, and she said, "Wow, what an honor. Are you gonna write it down and stick to the script?" And I said, "Sure, Mom." So I started to develop a little bit of a complex. But please know that I've written it all down, and I plan to stick to the script today. To maybe less formally introduce myself, my name is 𝘕𝘰𝘮𝘵𝘸𝘸, and I've had the privilege of growing up in Northwest Ohio. I am a proud graduate of Fairview High School, go Apaches. I then went to go Apaches, FHS. I then went on to a small school called Albion College, where I majored in economics and management. And then after Albion, I moved back home for what I thought would be a very brief period of time, and went to Defiance College, where I got my MBA. However, the fine people at Defiance College hooked me up with an internship at Henry County Hospital, and I've just never been able to leave since my internship. So I like to think that if you just stick around long enough, they'll give you the keys to the whole place. It truly is an honor to be asked to speak to the graduating class. As I began preparing, I thought back to some of the graduations that I've been thankful to participate in and what those speakers had to say to my class. And the speaker that came to mind was an individual that spoke at my undergraduate commencement ceremony. He was the CEO of Domino's at the time. And I remember vividly that he began by stating that none of us would remember the speaker at our college graduation. He went on to say we'd probably never remember anything that he had to say, but that we would remember that he was the CEO of Domino's, because taped under each of our chairs was a gift certificate to a free pizza, which to a broke 22-year-old was pretty memorable. But as the CEO of a hospital, I don't have pizza to give away, so I thought about giving away free colonoscopies, but the finance department, they told me I couldn't do that. So unfortunately, there's nothing taped under your chair today. In all seriousness, I want to thank the Northwest State Community College Board of Trustees, the administration, the faculty and staff, and everybody involved in putting this day together. This should be a very memorable day for all of you. You've accomplished what 51% of the United States population has not accomplished. You picked a course of study, you attended the classes, you wrote the paper, you did the project, and here you sit today. Many of you did it with the support of your families or other people that care about your success, and I was so happy that we, just a few moments ago, were able to recognize all of you. During your time here, I'm sure you experienced challenges. Moments when you felt like giving up, but you persevered. I'm a believer that life teaches us the lessons we need when we need them. As a 16-year-old who just got their license but didn't have insurance yet, I learned that I should not take the car that my parents told me that I should not take to Pizza Hut, even though the rest of my friends were going there. The fear I felt as I backed into another car in the parking lot is a feeling that will always stick with me. That day, I also learned to be grateful for the kindness of strangers who insisted that no damage was done. As a 19-year-old college student, I learned that I am not the kind of person that could stay up studying all night and function the next day without any sleep, as I fell asleep during my Bio 210 lab final. I did pass it though, so there's something to that. And then as a brand new CEO of a hospital in the summer of 2020, when COVID was really just getting started, I learned what an impact one person can have on another person. During this time, we were suffering from staffing shortages, supply shortages, and we were overrun with people that needed help. Treatment for this illness was unpredictable. What would work for one patient didn't work for another patient. It left brand new nurses feeling like they had done something wrong. It left doctors confused about what treatment to prescribe. It left families confused about why the protocol that was followed for their father didn't work for their mother, who was suffering from the same thing. I remember receiving a phone call from one of our nurses who was caught in the middle between how the doctor wanted to treat a patient and how the wife of the patient wanted her husband to be treated. She was wanting to try an experimental medication. The nurse connected me with the wife of the patient, who I listened to, begging me to advocate on her behalf. I next spoke with the doctor to see what it would take for him to be comfortable with the new medication. Well, in the end, we tried what the wife of the patient wanted us to try. Unfortunately, it was just not enough to save her husband. About a year later, I was leaving a restaurant in town, and the wife of the patient came up to me and asked if I remembered who she was. I said, of course I do, and then braced to receive a little feedback. Instead, she expressed her gratitude for my listening and advocacy on her behalf, and stated she's confident that if they were in another facility, they wouldn't have been listened to. And then she asked if she could give me a hug. And while I had no idea the impact that I had on her, she certainly had no idea the impact that hug had on me. And now in 2024, as the leader of a community hospital, I'm learning what it truly means to be part of the community. It's a collection of individuals trying to make an impact, sometimes on strangers, that's so impressive to me. Growing up in Northwest Ohio, I never appreciated the shelter house that we would wait in until the rain stopped, until I was part of the renovation of one. I never appreciated the company name on the front of my Pee Wee softball shirt until I was asked to sponsor a similar team. I never appreciated the free educational programming that was offered by a variety of organizations until I helped raise money for one of those organizations. I never appreciated the free meals that were provided throughout the community in the summer to kids and families until our organization offered to serve them. I'm learning that without the dedication to serve those who live and work around us, the way of life we all appreciate so much can go by the wayside. As you move through different stages in life, you start by learning lessons about decisions you've made, things you've said and done that impact yourself. Then you begin to realize the decisions you make, the things you say and do, all can have an impact on the individuals you come across. Then we learn that the impact we can have on an individual can easily spread to an entire community. As college graduates, you are the future leaders. With your attention to the lessons life teaches you as an individual, with your recognition of the impact you can have on others, and with your commitment to improving the communities you live in, the future can be bright in Northwest Ohio. While graduation can often feel like the ending, it is truly just the beginning. For some of you, it's the beginning of more education. For others, it's the pathway to a better job. But for everybody here, it's the start to a fantastic future. So pay attention to the lessons you can learn in how you approach life, how you can have a big impact on the people without even realizing it, and how it's up to the individual to come together to make a better community. And because on these days I know everyone appreciates brevity, I am going to leave you with one last piece of unsolicited advice, which is certainly appropriate for today. Celebrate the wins. We spend a lot of time setting goals, creating plans, learning lessons, and sometimes when we finally achieve the thing we've set out to, we forget to enjoy what we've just accomplished. So do that today. Take a few minutes and remember all the people that helped you get here. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Think about tomorrow, and enjoy the success you've just realized today. Congratulations and best of luck to you all.
Christy, thank you for sharing your story, your inspirational remarks, and for serving our communities. I have a plaque. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Lana Snyder, Vice President for Academics, and I'm pleased to announce the class address will be given by our student speaker, Ms. 𝘕𝘰𝘮𝘵𝘠𝘕. Jane resides in Henry County, Ohio, with her family. Inspired by her husband, Chad, and daughter, Callie, both former students of Northwest State, Jane embarked on her own higher education journey here in 2022 by pursuing an Associate of Arts degree. Driven by her passions, she's currently working towards a Bachelor of Arts degree in English at the University of Toledo, with a focus on creative writing and a minor in art history. She aspires to continue her education in a master's program in English, with the goal of sharing her love of literature and writing as a college professor. In addition to her academic pursuits, Jane is a dedicated writer, currently working on her first novel that she intends to complete over the summer break. She also enjoys cooking, crocheting, and spending time with her family. Her dog, Earl, who never fails to lend an ear, is her biggest fan. Jane is excited to inspire others through her writing and teaching endeavors. Please join me now in welcoming Jane to the stage.
Wow, there's so many of you. I would like to take a moment and thank everyone for attending this ceremony and the many who were unable to be here today. You have all played an integral role in the success stories we are celebrating. My name is Jane. My intention when I began at Northwest State was to keep my head down, do the work, and remain anonymous. I failed miserably. Instead, what happened is that anonymous Jane Doe that I wanted to be turned into a character I did not recognize. Straight from the pages of the old Dick and Jane primers from childhood. See Jane go, see Jane participate, see Jane flourish, and most importantly, see Jane grow with a little help from her friends. I tried the college route straight out of high school. Instead of a degree, I ended up with a best friend and a partner who somehow 32 years later is still around. Together, we learned many valuable lessons, some more difficult than others. Our greatest accomplishment is our 3 children. 2 by birth and 1 acquired through a time machine, but more on that in a minute. How did I get here? Well, I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband worked all over the world and was overseas for long periods at a time. And we made the decision that I would maintain the household and herd the kids. This was a full-time task, as I'm sure many of you can understand through experience. I took my role as mom quite seriously, to ensure they had every tool and resource they needed to be well-rounded, successful humans. If I do say so myself, I did a fine job. But then, all of a sudden, I had done my job so well, They no longer needed me in that capacity. For years, I took care of everyone else, and I forgot to take care of me. The pandemic came and went, and many changes came with it. My selfless husband went back to the family farm in Oklahoma to care for his ailing father for 10 months. And when he came back to Ohio, he had mentioned that he wanted to go back and return to school in healthcare. Our youngest had also made the decision to begin her higher education journey. And after some research, a choice was made. NSCC checked all of the boxes: close to home, accessible, affordable, and off they went. And for a year, I got to watch them flourish, and I wanted to do the same. After a health scare in 2022, I made the decision to enroll at Northwest State too. I had no real direction. I just wanted to learn anything and everything, because the pesky little voice in my head always told me I couldn't write a book because I didn't know how, and I would never learn how because I didn't have a formal education. And I would never have a formal education because that ship had sailed, and since that ship sailed by years ago, I was too old, and old people can't go to college. So, here I am. I listened to that voice for far too long, and more often than I should have. Unfortunately, my youngest daughter, Callie, was louder than my self-doubt and made me believe I could do it. She's my personal George Eliot, who once said it's never too late to be what you might have been. I walked into my first class at NSCC wearing what I thought was an impenetrable invisibility cloak. I took the seat closest to the door for easy escape and prepared myself to learn. And then in walked Professor Sherry Howard. And everything changed. In her spiel about expectations and class requirements, she said the words every introverted Jane Doe dreads: participation points. Then in my next class, Dussault included group projects. And then in biology, Dowland introduced the expectation of plural lab partners. And you get the idea. I may have panicked a little. But I, in my overly competitive spirit, shed the invisibility cloak and accepted the challenge. My cheering section grew exponentially with the addition of the advisors in trio. Alex mastered the art of making suggestions so I would think they were my idea. It wasn't long until I submitted one of my writings for consideration, and my letter to a bully, which is also me, was chosen to be featured at the National Trio Convention. The publication did misspell my first and last name, so I was able to maintain a little bit of anonymity. But at least, the fact that I submitted something that I had written, that was big and important. Just like all of you, I wouldn't be the person I am today without the people who have been with me along the way. Speaking of support systems and the magic of how people appear in our lives at the exact moment we need them, Gavin, our middle child, appeared one day, standing next to my daughter, waiting to be picked up after their freshman year of high school, as if he had been dropped beside her out of a time machine. I saw this tall, lanky kid with his tilted hat and faded jeans tucked into his worn-out cowboy boots. We brought him home, fed him, and like any other awkward teen, he ate everything I put in front of him. What he didn't finish, he carefully wrapped up to take home. Later that evening, when I pulled into the driveway of a very small, rundown trailer, he thanked me for supper and the ride home. What I witnessed next changed me as a person. The front door burst open and 3 younger children came running to him. He squatted down and proceeded to empty his pockets, making sure each child received something to eat, and that each had a drink of what was left of his yoo-hoo. My heart burst for this gentle, kind, caring young man, and in that moment, any preconceived notions I may have had about him disintegrated. Long story short, he came to live with us not long after. And what he doesn't understand is that he's taught me more about resilience and perseverance than anyone ever has. The privilege to watch him grow and learn and succeed is such an honor. I want to share a poem by Mary Oliver, Wild Geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to allow the soft animal of your body to love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of rain move across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are returning home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination. It calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Class of 2024, you are exactly where you're supposed to be in the family of things. When I graduated in 1991, our class song was Free Bird, and our class motto was Carpe Diem. I could come up with any other cliches to encapsulate what we're doing here today and our accomplishments, but I want to leave you with this final antidote. My oldest son, Cody, was a very inquisitive child, such a stoic little thing. He taught me patience and how to calmly pivot when things weren't going my way. The calm part required many years of practice. Starting at age 3, he built these magnificent Lego contraptions and engineering marvels from Connects. And once he completed a masterpiece, there was a full reveal, grand reveal, full dissertation, how it worked, how many pieces, and so on. And one day he asked me, I do big? And I said, you do so big. And from that moment forward, any time that I did something he approved of, whether it be cook him a meal that he liked or catch a ball that he tossed my direction, he would say, Mama, you do so big. And it stuck. So anytime anyone in our family does something good, you do so big is always the answer. Oh, I am so nervous, and I was terrified to give this speech today. But we have proven that we can do hard things with the encouragement and the people that we meet along the way. Congratulations, class of 2024. Good luck in everything you do going forward. And finally, you do so big.
Jane, thank you. And I can only say, you do so big.
Thank you.
As Vice President for Academics, it is my honor to present the candidates for graduation. Candidates, please stand. I now ask our faculty to please rise, turn, and face our students. President Hernandez, upon recommendation of the faculty and in concurrence with the academic deans, I am pleased to present to you the students who have fulfilled the requirements for their certificates and degrees, which include the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, and the Associate of Technical Studies.
Vice President Snyder, I commend you and your faculty for the outstanding job you have done in preparing our students for this moment, and I wholeheartedly agree with your recommendation. Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I award to you the Northwest State Community College degree and/or certificate together with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities therein.
You may be seated. Each year, several graduates are selected by the division faculty and deans to receive the Award of Merit in recognition of outstanding achievement in their program of study. These students were honored at the awards luncheon on Wednesday, April 29th, where they received the medallions that they are wearing today, and they are noted in the bulletin. I would also like to take a moment to recognize 6 of our past, hang on one second. Pardon me just one moment. I would also like to take a moment to recognize 6 of our past Northwest State graduates. These graduates, through our partnership with Miami University, have completed their requirements and will be receiving their Bachelor's of Applied Science and Engineering Technologies next weekend. Can I please get a round of applause for Logan Daniels, Zane Hull, Garrett Miller, Tyler Pennell, Alistair Smith, and Kaylee Wolf, who will be receiving their bachelor's degrees from Miami University. Would the first group of graduates please proceed to the stage? Remaining graduates may be seated. Ms. Kayla Miller will be serving as our orator today.
Presenting the Division of Arts and Sciences, led by Dean Jamila Jones. Kyla Ann Bressler, Award of Merit, cum laude. Janet Michelle Durham, Award of Merit, magna cum laude. Jake Ryan Stevens, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Grace Olivia Torres, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Josh Allen Joseph Black. Allison Nicole Cessna, Phi Theta Kappa. Felipe Chavez. Sophia Louise Del Favero. Madeline Rose Denny, cum laude. Caleb Monroe Failer. Danny Paige Huffman, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Drew Daniel Jackson. McKenna Ann Lane. Caitlin March. Peyton Kaylin Marie Mock. Kylie Madison Miller, magna cum laude. Isaiah Michael Nonamaker. Aubrey Sue Pennington, summa cum laude. Addison Relaford. Silas Enoch Sanchez, the legend. Dylan Matthew Siebenaller, magna cum laude. Alora Lee Siegel, summa cum laude. Emma Lynn Smith, magna cum laude. Andrew A.P. Sweeney, magna cum laude. Caitlin Sue Timbrook, summa cum laude. Evan Michael Traxler. Alexis Ellen Vermillion, cum laude. Anna Catherine Vermillion, summa cum laude. Gregory Dobson, Award of Merit. Rhea Marisol Drown, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Megan Ann Hannigan, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Kappa Beta Delta, Phi Theta Kappa. Luke Allen Leatherman, Award of Merit. The Business Public Services Division will be presented by Dean Jason Rickenberg. Lynn Marie Baker. James Allen Barker, magna cum laude, Kappa Beta Delta, Phi Theta Kappa. Cheyenne Mackenzie Barrera. Kyla Berg. Preston Alexander Boroff. Rachel May Bowen. Jaden Dawn Caldwell, magna cum laude. Kylie Dawn Davis. Tammy L. Davis. Gabriella Dickinson, summa cum laude. Kaylin Joanne Ersham, cum laude. Devin Robert Franklin, magna cum laude, Kappa Beta Delta, Phi Theta Kappa. Faith Leanne Gibson, summa cum laude. Josie Greaser. Ella Catherine Griffith. Daniel Height, summa cum laude. Tyler Jacob Hoffman. Amanda Lee Hoover. Daisy Danielle Jack. Emma Jo Lieb, summa cum laude. Alexandra Musius. Marcia Lynn Meyer, cum laude, Kappa Beta Delta, Phi Theta Kappa. It's on there. Emily Louise Miller. Zachary Knopfstiger, magna cum laude. Brandy Roadheaver, summa cum laude. Edie Rohrig, magna cum laude. Amber Rufina, magna cum laude. Jordan Reed Schmidt. Dylan Roger Schwiebert, cum laude. Emma M. Schindeldecker. Violet Bridgell Thomas, cum laude. Ariel Troxtel. Tyler Cole Wimpkin, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Justin Lee Wyrick. Now we have the Division of Nursing and Allied Health, led by Dean Dr. Tiffany Ludwig. Sarah Aubrey Brees, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Allison Carolyn Bowles, Award of Merit. Bethany Lynn Kloppenstein, Award of Merit, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Alpha Delta Nu. Hadley Ann Henderson. Jessie Ann Lake, cum laude. McKenna Raylyn Mendoza, magna cum laude. Alethea Lorraine Stimfel. Sky Rayanne Swaley. Caitlin Elizabeth Walls. Damian M. Yeager. Mackenzie Isabella Bellitti, Alpha Delta Nu. Haley Ann Culver. Gabby K. Grimm, cum laude. Isaiah Renee Gutierrez. Sydney Nicole Jenkins. Kayla Alexandra Lucas. Caitlin Lee Lyons, magna cum laude, Alpha Delta Nu. Carly Ann Mansfield. Grace Eleanor Mayer, cum laude, Alpha Delta Nu. Carly Christine Mead. Olivia Maria Merez. Lindsay Renee Moore. Kristen Eve Ratliff. Shaylee Renee Roofer. Carly J. Sabins. Samantha Ann Sellis. Kennedy Paige Sinks. Katie Renee Stoller. Maya Christine Stuckey. Casey Christine Tyson. Kenny Beeler Walker IV. Now we have the Division of STEM and Industrial Technologies, led by Dean Dr. Franklin Roberts. Braden Matthew Beck, Award of Merit, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Brandon Anthony Arredondo. Nicholas David Barnhart, magna cum laude. Jaden Nathaniel Bowers, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Eric John Brownlee. Derek Matthew Dancer. Evan Christopher Davis, summa cum laude. Alexander James Erford. Devin Michael Flory. Shane Andrew Jackson, magna cum laude. Jeremy William Lowell Kennedy, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Mason Taylor Kinsman. Jonathan Paul Norden. Ryan Elliott Walker, magna cum laude. Cody Walls, cum laude. Jordan James Warner. Joshua Edward Wheeler, cum laude. Kimberly K. White, magna cum laude. Dylan Guthrie. Sarah Beth Babb, Phi Theta Kappa. Royden Eric Cardarelli.
Congratulations, graduates. Will the audience please join me in a round of applause again for our graduates? To symbolize this moment, we will now turn the tassel. I ask you to please stand as one and move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may be seated. It's my pleasure to ask our Chief of Staff, Executive Vice President Dr. Albert Lewis, to come to the podium to recognize those individuals chosen for the Distinguished Alumni Award. At this time, will the distinguished alumni recipients please come up beside the stage?
Good afternoon. The Distinguished Alumni Award is one of the most prominent awards bestowed by the college each year. The award honors the alumnus who have become distinguished in their field of endeavor. 4 outstanding alumni have been selected to receive the 2024 Distinguished Alumni Award. When I say your name, please come up to the stage. Jenna Biddux. Jenna is a 2015 graduate. Jenna is a 2015 graduate who earned her Associate of Applied Business in Business Management from Northwest State Community College. She continued her education at the University of Toledo, earning a bachelor's degree in Business Administration, in Management, and Digital Marketing. Step down to the end. Sarah Diaz. Sarah is a 2005 graduate who earned her Associate of Arts degree from Northwest State Community College. She furthered her education at Defiance College, earning a Bachelor of Early Childhood Education and a Master's at Salem University in Administrative Leadership. William Taylor Moyer. Taylor is a 2010 graduate who earned his Associate of Arts degree in historical preservation from Northwest State Community College. He then went on to accomplish a bachelor's degree of science in adolescent young adults social studies education with a minor in history from Bowling Green State University in 2014. Sheila Lashinsky. Sheila is a 1998 graduate who earned her Associate of Applied Business degree from Northwest State Community College. She furthered her education by earning a Bachelor of Arts in Management and Organizational Development in 2000 and her Master's of Arts in Organizational Management in 2003 from Spring Arbor University. Let's give one more round of applause to these 4 distinguished alumni. We thank each of you for helping us to celebrate our graduates. I'm sorry. Please like to bring Dr. Todd Hernandez back to the stage.
You can do my part if you want.
Only if I get your pay.
We thank each of you for helping us celebrate our graduates, distinguished faculty, and alumni this afternoon. Immediately following the ceremony, you are invited to the President's reception outside of the Founders Hall. We ask that guests remain seated until the graduates, faculty, and stage party recess.
As chair of the Board of Trustees of Northwest State Community College, I now declare this 56th annual commencement to an end.